What's going on, YouTube? Just got to make a quick kind of emergency update video. We have things going on. At 2 o'clock today, we're doing basically a meeting with the feds. We're going to be figuring out some more macro conditions. At least in the United States, they're going to be making a decision if they're going to print more money or not print money. Basically, that's the simple understanding of it. But I want Johnny, because he's moving more into like the macro world, becoming an analyst in that area. So he's going to explain what's going on, and I'm going to add my 2 cents. Again, we're making a video like this because it's like an emergency update. So yeah, what's happening today, Johnny?
So today is the Federal Open Markets Committee meeting, or the FOMC. They usually have about 8 per year, but this is a particularly special one because, with all of the hawkish news that's coming out with the Federal Reserve saying, inflation is our, key priority, right? That's what they came out saying, I think, last month. And so with that being said, they want to be able to tackle that. And there's only 2 levers that the Federal Reserve can pull in order to do that balancing act, right? Because their dual mandate on their website is to keep unemployment super low, as well as to keep interest rates at a level that's not going to scare people, right? And so with that dual mandate, there's 2 levers that they can pull. They could either raise rates or they could increase the money supply, right? And so, they do a balancing act throughout the years, right? And there's those short-term cycles. But every once in a while, like for example, in the 2008 financial crisis, they had to basically, lower interest rates to near zero and, keep, purchasing bond assets, right? To like keep the market afloat. But it's gotten to the point now where it's happened for so long that they can't pull the levers down anymore. Like, so. Yeah. Today's a very important meeting because Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, he's basically going to come out in the first 15 minutes of the meeting explaining what their policy is going to be. And they can either be hawkish or dovish. Hawkish is just a policy viewpoint of the Federal Reserve committee members. There's 12 of them. It's when the majority think, all right, inflation is the most important thing to tackle. Let's tackle inflation. That's really hawkish. And then dovish is the opposite of that. So they're not as concerned with inflation, right? And so they come out with policy measures for that. Now, so that's the most important thing to view today. And it's pretty pivotal.
I mean, again, just to put it in simple terms, because it can get overwhelming, including me. I've never been like the macro investor or anything like that. But basically, again, just to put it simply put, if they decide to stop printing money, the markets, or at least risk on markets, and probably all markets, are going to come to probably a crash, right? They're going to have right now the stock market and everything is being propped up by the money printer, and people are feeling a little bit safe, for the economy not to collapse because of this money printing and them propping it up. So if they decide to cut back to solve inflation, then this is why we've been basically seeing this negative price action for Bitcoin. So I did want to kind of come out here and let everybody know that this is happening at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So pay attention to what's going on. If you are in FS or Fundamental Secrets, we will be talking about it. I have a live Q&A today. So we're going to be kind of like really on it, just making sure things are going down. And just to give you guys my investment thesis for the next 24 to 48 hours is basically, I've been telling you guys over and over again that I'm probably going to take profits probably at 39 to 40K BTC if we get up there, or if this is negative. If this is negative, I have payroll to meet, I have things to do, I have responsibilities to handle. I'm gonna hodl always like a certain percentage of my portfolio, but I do have to make payroll, and I probably take profit for the purpose of buying back in cheaper. And if it does go positive, and let's say they keep printing or whatever the case is, and the market reacts in a bullish nature, then I'll just miss out slightly and then buy back in, and that's okay for me. So I did want to come on my YouTube and let everybody know what's going down. Pay attention, right? Because this is like one of the most important times in cryptocurrency history. Basically, it's going to determine the bull run or the bear run, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, any thoughts? Like, what is your research leading you to think? Like, what's your projection?
So I mean, the Fed is really backed into a corner here, and so they need to come out with something. Now, they could also say the markets are sort of acting like crazy, right? You see the S&P down like 12 or 13%. That's basically all the gains from the S&P in 2021 have been wiped out.
We're
back to December 2020 area. So I mean, they might see that as like a way, like, all right, let's calm people down, right? They might use that meeting for that, or they can come out with their hawkish policy. So I mean, you can go on YouTube and just type in Federal Reserve, and they have like an actual YouTube page where you can see the stream there. And so yeah, I mean, it's just an important thing to take a look at, and you should be prepared either way. In our Fundamental Secrets group, risk management is key, and that's what we promote. So, I mean, you guys can check that out as well.
Yeah, also, just to give you guys a heads up, I mean, I do realize that a lot of people are having issues right now, so I want to band together with my YouTube community, and it's very hard to talk to people on YouTube and answer every single comment. So we're doing a $1 trial, a $1 5-day trial for Fundamental Secrets. So you can check the link in the description below. You can hop on our live Q&A today. All the details will be in that link. You'll see for yourself. Come join us in the live Q&A. It's literally $1. And we'll talk about this a little bit more. Hopefully we'll band together. Hopefully people will get some value, make some money. I do, again, realize that this is pressing times, and this is why I'm doing it, so I can get closer to my community. So yeah, take advantage of that. But yeah, all in all, just to recap everything again one more time, it's not really up to us. It's up to the, slave owner, Jerome Powell, right?
Yeah,
and it's
Emperor Powell.
Yeah, and it basically is what he says. So if he starts printing more, we'll probably be good. If he doesn't, we'll probably come down, and I wouldn't be surprised if it bounces back up quicker. Like I've been saying over and over again, what else are you gonna invest in? You're gonna hold $1. Maybe they can probably decrease inflation, but eventually there will be issues like there always is, and they will have to print again eventually. So, you could hodl all day, and that's okay. If that's your investment strategy, that's fine. But I do have business obligations. I have other things in the background, and this is not me being bearish. This is me being realistic and smart. I've noticed it's like one or the other. A lot of people I've been watching is either like super bullish or super bearish. It's like sometimes it's a little bit in between. Sometimes you want to just trade, especially if the conditions are uncertain. So this is not me diamond handsing, or this is not me being bearish. This is just me being realistic. Also, on decentralized exchanges, you could put limit orders in. So it doesn't have to be like a definitive decision where you're like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the meeting to go and I'm just gonna sell exactly, like when I get the details. Because a lot of people probably don't even understand what he's gonna be saying in the meeting. I would say, you could put a limit order in for your cryptocurrencies. You can consolidate your portfolio a little bit, get out of those low market cap coins, maybe get into some bigger ones for now, consolidate it before the meeting. And then put some limit orders in. There's nothing wrong with that. And my coaches always do that. And honestly, today, I'm gonna do that, even though I usually don't. I'm gonna do that. So I'll probably unleverage some of my positions with Phantom. You guys saw, I gave you tutorials on how I did that. So I'll definitely pay that loan off, get back into my regular portfolio, and then, yeah, definitely probably putting some limit orders in and taking a little bit of profit to prepare for today's meeting. But yeah, any final thoughts?
This could create the biggest buying opportunity in crypto history, right?
Yeah.
Millionaires are made in the bear market.
Yeah, again, if you lost money, I get this question all the time for some reason. People are like, oh, even if I'm at a loss, should I sell? It's like, bro, like, I know like that everyone wants you to diamond hands and it's like they don't want to lose, and like they only say if you only lose if you don't sell, but like you could sell and buy back in and it's essentially the same thing, but you're saving percentages. I think it's not you lose when you sell. I think it's you lose when you stop investing your time in crypto. So you could sell, but stay in crypto and buy back. It's okay. Also, if you sell and the market goes bullish, there's nothing wrong with losing out a little bit and then buying right back in. It's okay. The beauty of what we do with fundamental analysis and doing your own research and, being able to dissect these projects is that regardless of where the market goes, we're going to be able to find undervalued, tokens like Phantom and some of the other plays we called. And, again, we're not 100% correct, but, this is obviously a big event and a lot of people have been talking about it for a reason. I just saw some news that they're pressing El Salvador to drop Bitcoin as a standard. I think it's because they're scared of other countries adopting as legal tender. So, it's clearly a macro game at this point. Like the world's kind of burning in flames and the Fed is pushed in the corner, like you said, and they're just trying to make a decision. So it's like they're trying to keep the boat afloat basically because they know the system's kind of broken. And, usually after reading the book by Ray Dalio, this is kind of like the internal conflict that he's talking about. And if it does go pop and we go into a recession/depression, yeah, that's the book right there. You guys got to read it.
It's really good.
Yeah, you can't see it in the video, but yeah, go read it. And yeah, like I said, even if the bubble goes pop, all markets come down. Remember, Bitcoin and cryptos will probably bounce back the quickest because it's the easily adopted, platform. And I would say is that's why it was created. So All of this is just short-term noise, and I'm just trying to capitalize on the short-term noise. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. And yeah, go take advantage of that $1 5-day trial, because I've never done this ever before, and we're doing it right now for a reason. So at least hop in the group for $1. If you don't want to pay for it later, that's fine. But yeah, I think it's very valuable, and I do want to show people how valuable it is. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.